Guys, I just got off the phone with my buddy Mark. He spent the entire night trying to impress this girl by quoting Nietzsche, and she thought he was a robot malfunctioning. Don't worry, Mark. I've got you covered. Let's talk about the 5 biggest mistakes men make when interacting with women. Remember that time I showed up to a date with a bouquet of roses and a serenade? Yeah, let's just say it wasn't my finest hour. But trust me, I've learned a thing or two since then, and today I'm sharing those lessons with you. With mistake 1, putting her needs before yours. Remember that feeling when you bend over backwards for someone, but they never seem to reciprocate? Yeah, that's the Mr. Nice Guy special, and it's not a good look. Today we're talking about mistake number 1, putting her needs before yours. Think of boundaries like fences around your personal garden. They protect your time, energy, and well-being. Without them, you're just an open buffet for anyone's needs. Just like you wouldn't let someone walk all over your prized tomato plants, you shouldn't let anyone disrespect your needs. Respect yourself first, and others will follow suit. Constantly putting her first leads to exhaustion, frustration, and even anger. You start feeling like a doormat, and eventually it spills over into the relationship. When you're always focused on her needs, you neglect your own passions and goals. You lose sight of who you are, and that's not a recipe for happiness. Talk to her. Express your needs and desires in a clear, respectful way. Healthy relationships are built on honest communication. Schedule time for yourself, pursue your hobbies, and don't be afraid to say no when you need to recharge. A healthy relationship is a two-way street. Support each other, but don't become each other's personal assistants. Putting her needs before yours isn't about being selfish. It's about being self-aware and respecting yourself. By maintaining healthy boundaries and taking care of your own needs, you build a stronger, more fulfilling relationship for both of you. Mistake 2, trying to fix her. We've all been there, right? Seeing those little flaws in our partner and thinking, if I just tweak this and adjust that, they'll be perfect. Stop right there, fellas, because mistake 2 is all about, listen, nobody's perfect, and expecting your partner to be your personal project is a recipe for disaster. They're not a broken toy waiting for your magic touch. They're a whole person with their own quirks and complexities. Trying to fix her is rooted in a desire for control. You're basically saying, I know what's best for you, and I'm going to mold you into my ideal image. That's not love. It's emotional manipulation. Real love is about accepting your partner, flaws and all. Embrace their weird habits, celebrate their unique passions, and appreciate the person they truly are. That's what makes a relationship special, not trying to turn them into someone else. Sure, there's always room for growth, but that growth should be organic and driven by their own desires, not your nagging. Support their self-improvement goals, but don't try to force them onto your path. If something really bothers you, communication is key. Approach it with love and respect, focusing on how it affects you rather than trying to change them. Remember, I statements are your friend. Be willing to meet halfway. Sometimes you might need to adjust your expectations, and other times they might need to make some changes. It's a two-way street, remember? Trying to fix her won't build a strong relationship. It'll just build resentment. Embrace your partner for who they are, nurture their individuality, and grow together. That's how you find real, lasting love. Mistake 3, assuming you know what she wants. Ever think you're a mind reader when it comes to women? Think again, my friend, because mistake number 3 is all about, remember, your psychic abilities are probably on the fritz. Ditch the mind-reading act and start talking. Open communication is the lifeblood of any healthy relationship. Ask questions, listen actively, and don't jump to conclusions. It's not just about hearing the words, it's about understanding the nuances, the hesitations, the unspoken desires. Pay attention to her body language, her tone, and the emotions behind her words. We all have our dream girl in our heads, but projecting that image onto a real person is a recipe for disappointment. She's not your fantasy, she's a complex individual with her own desires and aspirations. Instead of assuming you know what she wants, try to understand her. Ask about her hopes, dreams, goals, and yes, even what she wants in a relationship. Knowledge is power, my friend. Don't jump straight into deep emotional inquiries. Ease into it by asking casual questions about her day, her interests, her thoughts on current events. Build that trust and comfort before diving into the deeper stuff. Make it clear that you're open to hearing anything, even things that might be tough to hear. Be non-judgmental, supportive, and create a space where she feels comfortable expressing herself honestly. Don't just make it an interrogation. Share your own thoughts, feelings, and desires too. Vulnerability breeds vulnerability, and that's how you build real intimacy. Stop assuming you know what she wants and start asking, listening, and understanding. You might be surprised by what you learn, and that's when your relationship really starts to blossom. So go forth, gentlemen, and ditch the mind-reading act. Real connections are built on open communication, not psychic abilities. Mistake 4, equating chivalry with being a doormat. Gentlemen, let's talk about chivalry, but not the kind that involves fainting damsels and medieval jousting. Today we're tackling mistake 4. Sure, holding doors open and offering your coat are nice gestures, but true respect goes way beyond outdated chivalrous acts. It's about recognizing her as an equal partner, not a fragile princess in need of constant rescuing. Chivalry shouldn't be about one-sided service. It's about mutual respect, understanding, and support. Think of it as building a team, not playing knight in shining armor. Forget the damsel in distress. Your partner is a strong, capable individual. Share responsibilities, chores, and decision-making equally. Teamwork makes the dream work, remember? Chivalry shouldn't suffocate individuality. Support her ambitions, celebrate her successes, and don't try to control her path. A healthy relationship thrives on mutual growth and independence. Be her sounding board, her confidant, her rock. Lend a listening ear without judgment and offer support when she needs it most. That's real chivalry in action. Be her biggest cheerleader, support her goals, acknowledge her accomplishments, and take pride in her successes. This builds trust and strengthens your bond. Remember, it's the little things that count. Make her coffee in the morning, offer to help with errands, and be mindful of her needs. It shows you care without compromising your own needs. True chivalry isn't about being a doormat. It's about building a partnership based on mutual respect, support, and understanding. Remember, you're a team, not a knight and a damsel. So go forth, gentlemen, and show your partner you respect and value her for who she truly is, not some outdated definition of a princess. That's how you build a relationship that's truly worthy of a standing ovation. Mistake 5, sacrificing your passions for her happiness. Think happiness comes from giving up everything you love for your girl. Think again, fellas, because mistake number 5 is all about you aren't just half of a couple, you're a whole person with your own passions, hobbies, and goals. Ditch the "we're one person" narrative and embrace your individual identities. Your happiness matters too. Pursuing your passions and interests fuels your personal growth, keeps you intellectually stimulated, and makes you a more interesting and well-rounded individual. That's a win for you and the relationship. It's all about finding a healthy balance. Make time for your partner, but also make time for the things that set your soul on fire. A fulfilling relationship thrives on both shared experiences and individual growth. Talk to your partner. Express your need for some solo time and your desire to pursue your passions. A supportive partner will encourage your growth, not stifle it. When you maintain your individuality, you bring different perspectives and interests to the table. This fuels mutual respect and admiration, keeping the relationship fresh and exciting. Instead of giving up your hobbies, find ways to share them. Explore her interests, invite her to your gigs, learn something new together. Sharing passions strengthens the bond without sacrificing individuality. Sacrificing everything for her happiness leads to resentment, frustration, and eventually burnout. A healthy relationship encourages individual happiness, which strengthens the bond in the long run. Remember, gentlemen, your passions are not enemies of your relationship. They're the fuel that keeps you vibrant, interesting, and happy. Embrace your individuality, pursue your passions, and share them with your partner. That's how you build a relationship that's not just happy, but also healthy, exciting, and built to last. Conclusion. Recap of the 5 mistakes. Mistake number 1, putting her needs before yours. We learned the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing your own well-being to build a balanced and healthy relationship. Mistake number 2, trying to fix her doors. We embraced accepting your partner for who they are, flaws and all, and fostering individual growth through supportive communication. Mistake 3, assuming you know what she wants. We discovered the power of open communication and active listening to truly understand her needs and desires. Mistake 4, equating chivalry with being a doormat. We reframed chivalry as a partnership built on mutual respect, support, and shared responsibilities. Mistake number 5, sacrificing your passions for her happiness. We celebrated the importance of maintaining your individuality and pursuing personal passions alongside nurturing your relationship. Remember, guys, building a healthy relationship isn't about following outdated rules or trying to be someone you're not. It's about embracing your individuality, communicating openly, supporting each other's growth, and celebrating what makes each of you unique. When you do that, you create a connection that's not just strong, but also vibrant, fulfilling, and built to last. So subscribe for more relationship advice on navigating these tricky waters. Share your own experiences and questions in the comments below. Let's build a community of guys who are all about fostering healthy, happy relationships. Remember, we're all in this together.